Welcome to the hook, number 24. Boom! I'm excited. You better get excited, because this roster is awesome. All right. Wow. Okay, so let's, recap Eagles versus Canada last week. Really, it was pretty much, all the Eagles. We sort of started slow, a little bit quick up front in the better part of the first quarter and a little bit into the second. We scored 2 rapid tries, and then it sort of just slowed down a little bit. I felt our tempo was a little lacking, especially getting the ball out of the ruck, and when it comes to that, I look at my Scrum-Half, and, I've said it from the very beginning, I'm, a Davies guy. If it's like those are my 2 guys, I'm a Davies guy. And, but, we had a lot of fundamentals, and then, we had guys stepping in at Scrum-Half, like Tony Lamborn would grab the ball real quick if, Nate was on the other side of the pitch. And then I saw Mikey Te'o get the ball out as well. So what we saw was more of an intent to get the ball out. It didn't matter if the scrum half was near. It was like, hey, we're at the ruck. We need to keep moving, push the offense, push the tempo in the first half, which I thought was very good. However, you're wondering how Canada's going to play, and, well, at first I thought they would come out firing on all cylinders because, they had a bad taste in their mouth. And then I also thought in that same instance, well, they're really dejected. The board up there is full of, there's a lot of controversy going on. They just lost a bunch of money in grants by not qualifying for the Americas too. And then, so, it was a little close, and then it ended up not being close as far as the match was considered. The score line was 29-10, but it really probably should have been about 40-10, and we should have put the Canadians to the sword. I'm sorry, guys up north. I love you, but when it comes to this, it's all Eagles, okay? In the second half, we saw, a lot of changes. Front line changed, some flankers change, and eventually, and then as well, we saw Ben Landry come on. The energy that the guys on the bench brought was immense, and it was very important. Again, Dylan Owsley, really impressed. You also got to see Josh Whippy, finally. Caps. But guess what? I got more Josh Whippy for you, all right? Looking ahead to Chile this weekend, they do not have the roster published. I sort of expect it to be a little bit like Canada and them not publish it in until late or tomorrow, which doesn't really help all of us. But looking at their past rosters, you wonder, are they pushing out their best side against us, or are they pushing out a B side per se against us? They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They had only 9 starters in for that last match that had played against Brazil, and that's probably the game that they're aiming to win and just crush it. I don't really know their strategy against the United States, but they had a bunch of dudes that were fresh that hadn't even been, on the bench or played in that first match against, Argentina 15. And Argentina 15, if you look at that match, you're wondering, hey, are they, coming out on all cylinders? They sort of scrum pretty bad in the first half against Chile, so that makes you think, hey, how are we going to scrum against Chile? Well, you know what? I think we're going to scrum all right, because in the second half, that scrum for Argentina 15 figured it out, and it was a massacre, right? I don't think that's going to be our start against Chile. I think, we've got an anchor point in Dina Waldron going in, so let's just get to it, and I'll really talk about this roster up front. So, starting out at number 1, Lucet, Huluholo Moungaloa. Number 2, hooker, James Hilterbrand from Manly Marlins. Number 3, Dina Waldron, London Scottish. Number 4, lock, Nate Brakely, New York Athletic Club. Number 5, Ben Landry, Glendale Raptors. Number 6, Psalm Wooching, Seattle Saracens. Number 7, Tony Lamborn, Hawke's Bay. Number 8, Cam Dolan, San Diego Legion. Number 9, Scrum-Half, Nate Augsperger, Captain, San Diego Legion. Number 10, Will McGee, Glendale Raptors, Fly Half. Number 11, Open Side Wing, Ryan Matias, San Diego Legion. Number 13, Inside Center, Number 12, Inside Center, Bryce Campbell, Glendale Raptors. Number 13, Outside Center, Dylan Owdsley. Number 14, Open Side Wing, Josh Whippy, Utah Warriors. Number 15, fullback, Mikey Teo, San Diego Legion. And on the bench, we got Dylan Fawcett, the Butcher, at 16, Old Blue, New York. Number 17, loosehead prop bench, Tony Purpura, San Diego Legion. Number 18, tight head prop bench, Angus McClellan, Utah Warriors. Number 19, Brendan Daly, San Francisco Golden Gate. Number 20, Malone Aljaborgi, USA Sevens and San Diego Legion. Number 21, Ruben DeHaas, Scrum-Half replacement, Free State Cheetahs. Number 22, Ben Sema, San Diego Legion. Number 3, Paula Sike, Utah Warriors. And that is your 23 for Chile at 2 p.m. local time, Fullerton Titans Stadium. Pitch looks pretty nice. So, you're wondering, how is this roster going to shape up? I'm really excited to see Psalm Wooching play. He's just so athletic. He was a D1, football player. Could have gone to the NFL and chose to play rugby for his country. So that's going to be awesome to see him out here. And, looking at, let's see what our depth is up front. I'm happy, amazed. Dina Waldron didn't have to go back. He'll probably have to go back after this match, but it's nice to see that we got an anchor point on the front row as we bring in more guys so we can set up our second unit very well. James Hilterbrand, he started plenty for us. He's captain for us. You're not really going to see a drop-off at hooker. Huluholo Moungaloa, against Chile, you're not going to see a drop-off, man. That guy had to play 70 minutes against a Georgian tight head because, the starter, Olive Khalifi, pulled up with he had a leg injury. So it's like, oh. And then, it's like he'd only played, I think, 2 or 3 minutes against Germany, and he held his own. So, we're going to be good up front. And then Nate Brakely at number 4, and Ben Landry. Ben just makes things happen. Good to still have Nate in this. And, like I said, Psalm Wooching, really excited about what he's going to do. And then the next thing that I'm really excited is about the truth. Josh Whippy, man. He's big. He's athletic. He's fast. He's gonna be something else. And I think that's gonna change what we're gonna be able to do in the future in the backline. We'll probably see, hopefully, Blaine Scully go up to 15, so you have Ryan Matias and Josh Whippy and Blaine Scully in your back line. Your back three is going to be dangerous. A player I wanted to see at hooker, so they're going to play him at hooker. I know he's played at 8, is Dylan Fawcett. When you have a nickname like the Butcher, It's always interesting. Brendan Daly, really want to see him. He's going to play lock. Malone El-Jabori, guy's talented. I can't wait to see him play flanker. Big dude. Ruben DeHaas, saw him play during the American Pacific Challenge. He does what, scrum-halves you want them to do. He just gets the ball out with speed. Can't wait to see him, play about 20, 25 minutes here. Ben Sema, you guys know. Ben Sema has been around the Eagles for about 2 years now. He's a big fullback, fly half guy, and I love putting him back there at 15 and letting him go. And he plays a really good fly half too. So that's good. This roster is definitely get a little greener than we've had the rest of the tournament so far, but they're gonna lay the wood. They are going to lay the wood. I'm gonna call it. What do we got? USA over Chile by 35? What do you say? Join the conversation. If you like this, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Go Eagles.